Welcome to First Chapter Friday. This week's book is I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. Ben, honey, are you feeling well? Mom plucks the plate from in front of me, with most of my dinner still on it, untouched. I'd taken maybe one or two bites before it fell into my stomach like a rock, and what little appetite I'd had to begin with was gone. Yeah, I'm fine, I tell her. Always easier to just tell her that. It's better than having her pull out her thermometer and every bottle of medication we have in the cabinet. Just a lot on my mind. There, not a total lie. School? Dad asks. I nod. You aren't falling behind, are you? No, just a lot going on. Again, not a total lie. Is it really even a lie if I'm just withholding certain information? Well, Mom starts. As long as you're keeping your grades up, when does the report card come in? Next week. It'll be all A's except in English, which will probably earn me a we're not angry, we're just disappointed. Are you sure you're feeling okay? You know these temperature changes have always gotten to you. Mom walks back over to me and brushes the hair away from my forehead. You do feel a little warm. I'm fine. I shake her hand away. I promise. I'm just tired. And I think that's enough for her because she gives me this little smile. All right. She's still staring at me as she walks away. We should schedule you a haircut. It's getting too long in the back. Okay. I sip some water to give myself something to do. Did I tell y'all that Gabby Daniels had to drop out as art club president? No, did something happen? Mom asks. I think it was just too much for her. She's in like every other club at school, but that means that I just get to take over for her. Oh, honey, that's great, Mom says from the sink, washing off the plates before she slides them into the dishwasher. Are you going to have to do anything extra for the club? It's mostly organizing events and trips. I was already covering for Gabby most meetings, so it won't be much different. You sure that won't interfere with studying? Dad chimes in with a grimace on his face. Remember our agreement. If your grades slip, you have to quit. Yes, sir. I can feel that light pressure in my brain, like something's getting tighter against my skull. I look at Mom, hoping she might say something, but she doesn't. She just stares at the floor like she normally does when Dad gets like this. I know. Dad sighs and walks into the den while I grab the last of the dishes on the table and take them over to the counter before pulling out the Tupperware to pack up the leftovers. Thanks, honey. Mom doesn't look up from the dishes. No problem, I tell her. How was work? Oh, you know, she shrugs. Dr. Jameson keeps handing off of his paperwork to me instead of doing himself. Doing his own paperwork, I tease. What a concept. Right? Mom chuckles and gives me this wide-eyed look. One day, I swear, I'm going to tell him off. Don't you tell me to never burn bridges? Yes, that's true, she says, but I'm the adult here, and I can do what I want. Mom giggles to herself and sets the dishes aside. So, what did you do today? Nothing really. Drew a little bit, worked on a few projects that are due after break. Nothing too exciting. Again, just withholding information. Mostly my day comprised absolutely freaking out about what was about to do, rewatching videos on YouTube about how people did this, rereading old messages from Miriam and almost throwing up the peanut butter sandwich I'd had for lunch. You know, typical everyday stuff. Mom sets the last of the dishes on the drying rack just as I'm stacking the Tupperware in the fridge. Are you sure you're okay? You didn't eat anything weird, did you? Mom reaches up to touch my forehead again, but I manage to avoid her. I promise, I'm totally fine. Liar. If you say so. Mom carefully folds the dish towels by the sink. You still up for the movie? Yeah, sure, I'll be there in a minute. Maybe he won't make us watch Home Alone for the 20th time, Mom mutters. It's a classic, I tease, and she smiles at me, grabbing the little baggie of peppermint bark she made a few days ago before she disappears into the living room. Once she's gone, I drape over the sink, bracing myself in case my dinner comes up. I can do this. It's going to be fine. Everything is going to be okay, and this is most definitely the right thing to do. I know my parents. They know me. They deserve to know this thing about me as well. And I want to tell them. I really, really do. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Ben, bring me the popcorn, Dad calls from the den, and I feel my insides clamp up again. I grab the huge tub from the counter, the kind with the 4 different flavors that Dad always buys at Christmas, and migrate my way into the den, except it's like my feet are covered with cement blocks. It still looks like Christmas in here. Mom and I actually agreed that people don't appreciate the holiday nearly enough, so she tends to leave the tree and decorations up until the first of the year. I'm not really sure if that's how other families do it, but it's my favorite of her mom-isms. She already decided that Elf is the movie for tonight, except we don't own a copy of it, so it's my responsibility to find somewhere we can rent it. We can watch Lampoon next. Dad crunches on a piece of popcorn. After a little exploring, I find it, enter mom's credit card information, and settle in. It's weird. I usually love this movie to death, but tonight, it's almost irritating. But I don't think that's actually the movie's fault. I feel uncomfortable. No matter how I sit, it's like I have to escape my body somehow. And then the movie gets to this weird scene where Will Ferrell's character is singing with Zoe Deschanel while she's in the shower. And I get this character is like supposed to be naive or whatever, but it still creeps me out a little. Now that's a woman, Dad chuckles, feeding himself another piece of chocolate covered popcorn. Right, Ben? Right. I try my best to act like I'm in on the joke, even though I couldn't be farther from the truth. I wonder if they've ever seen through that disguise, if they've ever entertained the idea that I was anything other than their perfect son. I don't like lying to him or mom. I'm basically always living a lie. They don't really know anything about me. And that's what I've been working up to tonight, or really the past few weeks. It's the reason I didn't have an appetite, the reason why I couldn't really focus on anything over the past week. Christmas break seemed to glide by at a snail's pace because I'd promised myself that it'd happen now, at some point, over break. Tonight feels like the right moment, even though I can't really explain why. Maybe I'm riding some magical Christmas high. 'Tis the season, I suppose. Too bad I don't feel very jolly right now. Maybe I should have donned some more gay apparel to lighten the mood. Some commercial starts playing, and a car company is running a sale for the ho ho holidays. And out of the corner of my eyes, I see Dad shake his head. Ain't right, I hear him mutter. Miriam walked me through this a dozen times. I just have to wait till a good moment, a lull in the night, when we're all feeling pretty good. It was going to be fine. Miriam kept telling me that. Everything was going to be fine. I was finally going to get this huge thing off my chest, and I was going to be great, and they'd respect what I was telling them, and it was all going to be fine. I kept telling myself that now is the right moment, over and over again as the mood keeps playing and commercial breaks keep coming, but every time I open my mouth, the words fail me, and I can't force them out. I shouldn't be scared, but for some reason I am. No matter how much I've willed myself not to be, I can't get over this feeling. Maybe it's an omen or something, a sign that I shouldn't do this, except I have to do this. I can't explain it. I just feel it inside of me. And underneath all that, I really do think it'll all be okay. It's cheesy, but I wait till the end of the movie, when everyone is together and happy, and I see a smile on Mom's face. Dad looks indifferent, but he pretty much always looks like that. It has to be now. I can actually feel it. Hey, I wanted to talk to you two about something, I say, my voice really dry. Okay. Mom leans back on the couch, tucking her legs underneath her and balancing her head in the palm of her hand. What's up? Dad reaches for the remote and turns down the volume on the TV. I can do this. Just keep breathing. There's this tightness in my stomach, like something's just twisting and twisting and it won't let go until the moment is over and everything will unravel and I'll feel free. I wanted to tell you two something. Dad looks at me now. This is it. It's actually funny, kind of. The script I wrote for myself, the one I typed in Word docs so I could cover everything I wanted to, it's just totally gone from my memory now, like someone zapped it all away. Maybe that's for the best. Maybe this is how I'll be the most honest with them. If it just comes from me and not some rehearsed version of myself, maybe that will help. Maybe that'll be better. I tell them, slowly. At first, relief floods over me. I think I can actually feel myself relax. I just wish that feeling could have lasted longer. And that's the first chapter of I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. Check it out at the library anytime.